Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Barcelona's match against Real Madrid, in La Liga. Barcelona, they are going to be playing Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu. It's going to be an opportunity for Barcelona to reduce that 8-point gap that Real Madrid have on us to 5, but that's only if we win. And a lot of us, we're not feeling that enthusiastic about the match, as this game could basically decide, is Barcelona still going to have something to play for in these next 7 matches. And then as well, we're going to be looking some player quotes from Gubarsi, from Cancelo, and then as well from Christensen. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Go over there and check me out. That way I stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video and let's talk about Xavi's words in his press conference before the El Clasico match. And a summary of it is these are Xavi's words. It's been a tough week, a hard result against PSG, but we need to prepare for tomorrow's game versus Madrid. No meeting next week to discuss my future. I'm focused on tomorrow's game. Gundogan and Araujo, no issue. Everything is solved. Not talking about referees. Hopefully, tomorrow's referee gets it right. And the referees, they have been a talking point in recent days. Some Barcelona fans feel they've been hard done by, but I don't think the referees, they've been a potentially like deciding factor over the two legs. Yes, the referees, they did have a role to play, but it was our mistakes that led to that, to our elimination. The Gundogan penalty could have been a good penalty, but it is what it is. Sent off against PSG, my fault. Should have controlled myself better. It's completely understandable. Frustration seeps in. Has Rafinha played similar to Gavi? Yes, both give 100% on the pitch. We must be brave with the ball, show our personality, and win. Madrid and Manchester defended well against City, legal and dominant. And, guys, in this, I would say in the press conferences that I am going to talk about, talking about Gundogan, Cubarsi, Christensen, and as well as Cancelo, and as well as Xavi. The theme is, it's basically this. This is going to be Barcelona's only game remaining in the season that basically means anything. And Barcelona, they have to go out and make a statement win against Real Madrid. If Barcelona, they do win against Real Madrid, then that 8-point gap is reduced to 5. And if we lose, that 8-point gap is increased to 11. And if that happens, then I just don't even want to see the remainder out of the season. But looking at Kovarsi's words ahead of the match, he says this in regards to it. This game must be approached as the most important game of the season. We will give 200% because the league is all we have left, and winning at the Bernabeu will be a boost for the entire squad to continue forward. Closing the gap to 5 points would create insecurity for the opponent. If they stumble and we earn points, we will be getting closer and closer. As a child, I always dream of playing these matches because they're special with the club of my life. And in this case, these 3 points will be very important. I feel proud and satisfied with the work I have done all these years. I want to be myself and help the team if I have the opportunity to play, and always give 200%. Now, guys, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this is a 17-year-old kid, and he's basically hit every single quote right on the head. Everything that he's saying is positive. He's showing that he's hungry. He's showing that the squad is hungry. He knows the importance of the match. He knows what it would mean, how to put on pressure on Real Madrid. And this is a 17-year-old kid, and he's talking like an adult. The maturity from Cubarsi is insane. Barcelona is so grateful and lucky to have a kid of his talent. But talking about Cancelo, a player who was criticized in the media, in recent days, and especially by Barcelona fans and guys, I do not like. I understand criticism of players, and that's completely fine. It's fine to criticize players, but let's not go overboard and insult players' families or talk about unrelated football things, because then that just makes things ugly, and that's not something that we want to see. This is what Joao Cancelo, he told ESPN. People say everything. There are comments on my Instagram wishing death on my unborn child. They wouldn't say it to my face because we would have a problem, but in the comments they write whatever they want. They are offensive to my partner, my daughter, and our unborn child. It is a cruel world, and you have to know how to live with it. I know how to do it but I no longer know what to say. Wishing death on a baby is something very serious. People don't think about the person behind the footballer they see on televisions. We are humans too. We are equal. And now he talks about the criticism of his performances. Criticize my performances, I don't mind, but don't speak about my family. It has been a really difficult week, to be honest. We were excited to go deep in the Champions League. I think this club deserves it, but it's a week we have to leave behind. Cancelo continues. That night after PSG, I did not sleep because I could not. Personally, when I don't win, I struggle. I really struggle to sleep because I feel I did not do my job. I did not do well. I am just speaking for myself. It was a strange game. How we lost, I think, was what stopped me from sleeping. I feel 11v11, we would have been able to win, but we have to keep on going. And now, to talk about everything, as I said, criticize Cancelo as a footballer. Do not go after him personally, guys. Cancelo at this moment is still a Barcelona player, and even just as a human being, as a person. Let's not insult their families, their kids. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's something that it's like over the line. You don't want to see that. Cancelo on the penalty he gave versus PSG, which was an extremely big mistake. Maybe the way I gave away the penalty was a childish mistake, but with how the game was, my head was lost at that moment. Well, I accept the criticism, and right there, he's held responsibility. Yes, it was a childish mistake. I made a mistake, and if people already criticize me for that mistake, then all to them. Cancelo in the El Clasico. It is the biggest game there is. Barca against Madrid is a game that everyone is going to watch. There is no bigger motivation possible than responding on Sunday and trying to win the game. And as I said with Cobarsi, as I said with Xavi, the squad right now, they should be doing like an all-out last hurrah to salvage something, salvage some good sensations, finish off the season strong. I know a lot of Barcelona fans are just mentally checked out, and we're thinking about the future. We're not really focusing on Sunday's game. But the thing is, guys, let's not lose on Sunday and make it even worse. Let's not give Madrid fans even more ammunition to throw out and say, oh, we're washed, oh, we're a small club. Let's not do that. Let's not become a laughing stock. Let's go. Let's beat Real Madrid, even though it's going to be very, very, very hard knowing our mental state and put in a good performance. But now, lastly, guys, I want to be talking about Andreas Christensen because Andreas Christensen has responded and has basically said some interesting quotes about his future. And this is what he has to say. I have no doubts that I will be here next season. I still have 2 years of contract and I am happy. The adaptation was fast. I enjoyed playing as a pivot. Obviously, there are still many aspects that I need to learn and improve. It is not all difficult because I am a defender, and my role is mainly defensive with the aim of providing a little bit of balance and stopping opposition counterattacks. But I obviously consider myself a defender. So looking at this, recent quotes from Christensen and looking at Barcelona's transfer policies, how we're being linked with Dani Olmo, how we're being linked, to Bernardo Silva, how we're being linked to maybe Nico Williams, and we really haven't been linked to any like DMs. We've been linked to Amadou Onana, but other than that, it's been relatively quiet. In that sector, we're not really exploring any other options. It seems that Barcelona, they're going to be prioritizing Christensen as our CDM. And it seems that Christensen is going to be our pivot for next season. And if that is the case, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that midfield. For example, for a player like Frankie de Jong, is Frankie de Jong going to leave in order for us to make way and bring in some funds to maybe go for Dani Olmo, maybe go for Bernardo Silva, basically add some offensive firepower? And then what happens with Cancelo and Joao Felix? What do we keep these players? It's going to be very, very interesting. But that's a topic that we're going to be having in the summer, of course. But guys, that was it for the video. I understand it was a relatively short match preview. The thing is that there isn't really much to talk about. In the lineup for Madrid, it's basically going to be the same thing. Christian is going to be returning to the lineup. Pedri or Frankie de Jong, one of the two are going to be dropping out in that midfield. It's most likely going to be Pedri, I believe, just because he's been playing a lot of football. And his injury is a muscular one, and we don't want to overdo it. And Barcelona, they're just gonna have to go for the win against Real Madrid. If they don't, then La Liga is over. The season is over. 6 matches played, and just get second place in order to qualify for Supercopa de España and get some some financial revenue that we can use for next season. But other than that, not really much to play for. And a trophy league season for Barcelona. It seems that's the most likely case. But let's try to do some damage to Madrid and see what happens. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for tuning into the channel. And as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting me. And I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Peace out, everyone.